Early to find out the case has got about 128 witnesses. I mean, where were those? All the 5 accused are from the same village. They are more like brothers. They grew up together, except for Untanzi. Tanzi is younger than them. Tanzi was still at school when they all came to Joburg, and they all resided in Vosloorus. They were a team. They were friends, especially Mthukuziseni Mapisa and Sfiso Mncube. They were best buddies. And then Sfiso Duli was more like a son to the two, because the two were friends to his uncle. So then yes. When they were accused for this case, the 3 of them were in prison. Mthobisi Mncube was arrested, I think it was August 2014. Mind you, Mr. Meyiwa died in October, whereas Mr. Mncube was already in prison for his own case. My brother was arrested in November 2014 after the death of Mr. Meyiwa for his own case. Mr. Nduli, I'm not sure when he was arrested, and then the other 2 were working. As for Danzi, they fetched him from the mine where he was working in Mpumalanga, if I'm not mistaken. And for Mr. Spear, they went to his home to look for him, and then they found his father there. How do I know this? I went to visit all the 4 families of those who were accused. I think it was this year early, to ask them about this whole thing. I started at the Nduli family. The uncles were confused, and they didn't even know that Sfiso was accused for such a case. It was their first time hearing it from me. I went to the Spear family. The father told me the whole story. He said Mr. Kininda came straight to his home looking for his son. They even attempted to hit him to reveal where Mr. Moses Spear was. And then they came again after a week, and they found Mr. Spear with his wife. They told him that he's been arrested for such a case. And then Mr. Spear told them that I've got nothing to do with such. I've never held a weapon in my own hands. And then they promised his father a certain amount, I think it was 100,000 rands, that Mr. Kinida, through his mouth, told Mr. Spear that, are we going to give you this money should your son plead guilty for this? Mr. Spear refused, and that was when Mr. Kininda attempted to hit him. And then Mr. Kininda, the guy who was with Mr. Kininda on the day, and then Mr. Spear knew Mr. Kininda, I don't know from where. He told Mr. Kininda that, please tell your guy not to come closer to me. What is he willing to do?
Kulungile. uNkulunkulu usabele asiphokubi nathi abanye abantu ebaphokusha akekho umuntu ozalela ukuthi angazuzi ngengane yakhe nathi sibheke okuthile ngomzakhulelwa njengoba ngangithi umzakhulelwa ngangidlandela ukuzaleka kwami mina uqobo ngagcina ngithi ke namhlanje ngizele umzakhulelwa uye yedwa indodana yami ekhona la ekhaya engethembele kuyo inezingane la igcekeni iganiwe ithemba lami benginalo kutefa ukuthi ngelinye ilanga ingane yami izophuma kuleya ndawo ekuyona ngendlela ebengimbona ekhuluma ngayo nangendlela ebengazi ngayo nami ngoba bengazi ukuthi umzakhulelwa wasiya umbulali kaMeyiwa umfana lo waboshwa konje kwakumhla kabani mama mhla ka 30 June mhla ka 30 June mhla ka 30 May yes waboshwa mhla ka 30 May inyanga yonke singamazi ukuthi ukuphi kwazothi ngo June angisazi ukuthi kwakumhla kabani bafika naye la ekhaya mabe fika naye la uyangitshela ke ngoba bathi angiye kuye ngiyokhuluma naye uthi baba ngiboshiwe ngendlela ebengishaywa ngayo bengibulawa futhi bengitshela bethi bazongibulala njengomnyu khona abambulala eFosrolas amaphoyisa amdubula bathiwa yiba bambulala nami ke bazongibulala bemvalele ehlathini laba bemvalele khona ngendlela ngagcina ngivuma bethi angivumi ukuthi ngabulala Meyi kodwa okokuqala babetha kacindezele laba bazomnikeza 100,000 wathi ngalile baba ngoba ngiyazi into engingayivumela engathi ngizothi laba ngibacindezela ngani ngazini ngangikuphi bathi-ke bathi bazongifaka icaleni sebengifakile-ke ngigcine ngivuma istatement abangibhalise sona ngizivumile angivumi ngoba ngikwenzile ngivume ngoba ngivikela impilo.
And then I went to the Ntanzi family as well. I found the father, the mother, and the brother. The brother told me that it was 2 or 3 months after he found a job for his younger brother at the mine in Mpumalanga, that where he was working and that where he was arrested. They also promised the Ntanzi family 3 million rands shall Ntanzi agree to the case of Meyiwa. Apparently, Ntanzi did make a statement pleading guilty, and Ntanzi was said to be the witness against the other 4 as well. Shall he agree to this?
What you attention 3 million? Babemshaya. Before uthe vumele icala. Umbhaxa nje ufaka nasefriji. Sazi ifriji bafaka ngoba bemfaka belivulile noma babecimile ngazi la kude bona. Awuthole lokho wafaka ifriji.
Afake ifriji nako pheje.
Noma ngisana bayisejele noma kude khona babembombile bona noma bengamfakile esitokisini kodwa babembambile babembambe khona.
And then since they've been arrested, they've never have peace in prison, especially my brother. Whenever he get a chance to call me, he used this word call. Every time he will call me to send him in airtime. Then when he called me after they appeared, the first appearance in court, he told me that since then, he's been harassed inside prison. There are some guys, I forgot the name of these police, but they wear black t-shirts. They came in with I'm not sure, the deputy of the head of prison, and then they beat him up. They searched for cell phones. They found 8 cell phones in their cell, and then they assumed that all those phones belong to him, whereas there are 9 in the cell. There are 9 people in that cell, but they said all those phones belong to him. They beat him until he ended up in the prison hospital. We got all the files for that. And then again, after a week or so, those same guys came again with the head of prison. Again, they beat him up. They broke every appliance that belonged to him, from the kettle, the iron, the radio, everything that belonged to him. They broke everything, telling him to plead guilty for the case. He told them, I won't plead guilty for something that I do not know. I was not even around Joburg during the death of Mr. Meyiwa. So after that, everything has been awkward for them in prison. Mr. Meyiwa was then removed from the prison. We don't know where he is. And then we've been hearing rumors that he's around Pretoria. The family have never seen him ever since. They've been asking me if I know anything because they are all in KZN and neither of them is in Joburg. It's only my brother that I get access to go and visit. And whenever I go there and visit, there's this lady who was there. I'm not sure if she's called a receptionist or something, but the one who makes the bookings for the prison visits. That lady always makes those bad remarks on me, telling people that I'm this girl who goes around making rumors, lying that my brother is being harassed in prison. Whereas I've got all the evidence that my brother was harassed. We've got the hospital files from the prison that my brother was beaten up. They made up a story and said it's the inmates that beat him up. Then he told them that no inmate would have done that to him. Even the inmates did tell that it was a group of people wearing black t-shirts that came through to beat him up. And then he tried to open a case to the head of prison, but then that case was dismissed. We don't know how. And then I decided to make a post on Facebook. The post went viral. That's how I get to meet Mr. Meyiwa, and then Mr. Meyiwa introduced me to Mr. Dio. And then Mr. Meyiwa is the one who has been giving me a backup and everything in this. I went to Fosloras next to the Kumalo house where they used to stay. I found the house was sold to somebody else. I went alone there, asking people around what happened on the night of the incident. They told me that no one entered the house when they heard the gunshots, and no one left the house after the gunshot except for Miss Kumalo, who was driving Mr. Meyiwa to the hospital. So my question is, how do the 5 get inside and hit one person in the house? According to my knowledge, when hitmen visit a certain house, they hit everyone who is inside that house to clear evidence. So how come they shot only one person and left the others? And how come one bullet? Okay, how come 5 people shot one bullet in one house? Those were questions I asked. I asked them, why are the people who were in the house not appearing in court to testify or to be witnesses against this? Only to find out the case has got about 128 witnesses. I mean, where were those 128 people in one house? Those old people are called witnesses. And then we've been getting calls from different people telling us that police are going around fosterers, buying people to go and testify to be witnesses in this case, saying that they know these people. Just because those 5 people used to stay in fosterers, that is only how they linked them to the death of Mr. Meyiwa. So my plea in all of this is that they should take those people, the 7 people who were in the house, are the ones who are supposed to be appearing in court and telling the truth of what happened. Because we've got records going around of the call from, I don't know who that was, who linked that voice call. I used to have it on my phone. There was a call from Utumelo saying Senzo Meyiwa have been mistakenly shot by Mr. Longiswala, who was inside the house. So question is, how are those statements changing? There are about more than 3 statements I've seen so far, because I've been doing this on my own. I've been getting threats of this saying I'm too young to be doing such investigation and my life is in danger, and to an extent that Mr. Meyiwa even offered to give me a place of safety. I said, no, I don't need a place of safety. If I die, I die. This is my brother who's in prison. So I need the truth to be out. Either in a bad way or good way. In the end, I just want justice to be served. That's all that I need for my brother to be serving for his own sentence that he was serving before, not to be added on another case that he's got nothing to do with.